Right, I would like to talk to you, what I'd name this talk is peeling the eyeball. We are visual creatures, and the eye is the most sensitive part of the human body. So peeling it seemed like the right sort of thing. I've got gummy sweets at the tuck shop that are like little eyeballs, which I was tempted to bring, but I thought that'd be a little bit too gross. Eyeflow, looking at this, your eye goes to the right-hand side. White, black, high contrast. Alternatively, you can eat an eyeball. Heston Blumenthal, for example, makes exceedingly good eating. The eye is a delicacy to a number of people, but it's the window to the soul. We are visual creatures. We base a lot of our language, our understanding on sight. Not sound, not speech, but sight. The eyeball is a spectacularly complex machine, and everybody's eye here, despite the fact it's made up of 2 million moving parts and working parts, works the same. Some better, some less good, but they still work the same. And there are 120,000 rods in your eye that are working right at this moment, all of them firing off. If anyone's seen Un Chandelier, you know what happens next. If you haven't seen Un Chandelier, do not watch it, because it's particularly gross, and it made me jump like an absolute what's it when I was 15 and saw it in the cinema. It's a very, very powerful scene. Ugh, didn't like it at all. Our eye is surrounded by protective measures for particular reasons. Contrast is magnetic, which is what it says there, so it's a good visual reminder for me. When you look at this, your eye goes here. Despite all of this stuff happening on the screen, your eye goes there, because the colour contrast is pulling you in, pulling your eye in. And words have a meaning before you even read them. Every letter has a direction before you read. The word table is neutral. Every letter moves in a particular direction, but it has no weight. The next word is not neutral. Oh, blimey, last time, 20 seconds wouldn't go quick enough. The word bottom is not neutral. O are neutral. B is directional. T is bottom right. T is bottom right. M is directly down. So when you read this word, your eye goes downwards. Now, if you think about propaganda posters, everything is top right. Because top right for our culture is the angle of positivity. You read a word that goes downwards, it's an unpositive word. Now, this picture I love. And I use it every year when I teach. And it's from a website called boston.com/thebigpicture. It's like National Geographic with no words. And I always get my students to look at it. But before they do that, I get them to relax their eyeballs. And you relax your eyeball, not with an eyeball gin and tonic, but by just shutting your eyes, feeling them relax. How often do we just stop and relax our eyeballs and feel the strain go away? And you have to do that in order to properly read a picture, perfectly read a picture. Now you come back to it. Where does your eye go? If you were my students, I'd give you a whole hour to do this. I'd give you the picture. I'd give you a map. I'd say, draw the map out. Where are you looking? There are so many places you could look. High color contrast, faces. Most people say they look there to his face. You are wrong. You don't look there. You look there. Smash apex, high color contrast, text is magnetic, text is directional. If you've got text on a page, your eye will go there and it will follow the curve. So that picture is great because not everyone, but the majority of my students say they look at the face. And it's almost right, but only because the text is pointing you to his face. So here we go, the three types of eyeflow. Directional, especially when you put arrows in your text. Magnetic, if you read the word, you go to the G. And yo-yo, if you've got 2 yo's on the screen, your eye will bounce between the two, happily. Letters are directional as well. A, X, Y, M, W, again, the ones I always show the students. A points upwards, X inwards, Y downwards. M depends on the font, but that one downwards. W, big time down, points down. Every word has meaning before you have read it. The direction of a word informs you before you even look at what the word is. Now, this picture I saw at a arts group exhibition a couple of years ago by a London artist called Linda Smith. Fell in love with it. If I had had £678 in my pocket, I would have bought this like a shot. Gorgeous picture. These 5 blobs of black, perfectly directional, bring you to the middle perfectly. This neuroplasticity of your brain fascinates me, but of your eye, no one's looking at. Our eyes, have you seen the awful news story about that crazy American woman who liked to sunbathe until she was a small blob of bacon? That is because sunbeds are addictive. So are screens, so are iPhones, so are LCD screens. Everything that is pumping light into your eyes is addictive, and your eye becomes addicted to it. Whereas we are trained and happiest when we look at nature. Fibonacci, the Fibonacci spiral, the golden ratio, are hardwired into our DNA. Nature makes us happiest. Now, I did this talk at Guildford College partially because some of the rooms I've been building recently have been developed by set square fetishists. And you could not put more straight lines in a room. And it really irritates me because we are more comfortable in rooms that are curved, that have curves. Curves are comforting. Curves are calming. Curves put you at rest, put you at peace. Whereas we put students who are big bags of chemicals and energy and electricity into rooms that are aggressive and nasty and... So that's 20 seconds of me growling and hitting my head on the thing because I don't like rooms that are just straight lines. It bugs me. Curves put you at rest. What do we want our students to sit in? Now this, again, if I had $30 million, this would be the picture that I would buy, which is Nude Descending a Staircase by Marcel Duchamp, or as my students now currently call him, the toilet guy, which you can Google if you like. Now I like this because this was a great big up yours to the existing art order. And this is just a Mickey take of it. Nude Descending a Staircase in heels, which I also like, but for different reasons. My notes for this talk are really good. Nude in heels. People looked at it and said, what are you going to talk about again? Eyeflow is so important. The way you look at a picture and words and text in the world is so important, yet we ignore it so much, and it irritates me.